What up, world? Tuned in. South Arkansas Trill Talk, part 58. Coming up, got my homie, shit, childhood friends, shit. Seen a changeover, and I allowed, I really appreciate him coming on as he changed his life and to ministry and stuff, and getting his input, a lot of stuff that's going on out there, and I salute him out there for doing his thing, and I salute y'all coming on and, you know what I'm saying, want to be a part of what he have to say, you know what I'm saying, give him good message, man. I be needing that sometime, that positive light around me. I be trying to get people to see that's where the energy at these days, and, you know, part of life in general. Shit, I like being stuck on positivity, but I want y'all to meet him, and you know what I'm saying, I really salute him and commend him for doing his thing out there, and him and First Lady out there, I salute her too. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about it, man. You got to give people their flowers while they here, and I'm gonna let him come on in a minute, let him do his thing. But I salute everybody out there that instead of changing their life for the better. Like I say, man, I got like go up. We going to 100. Ain't no stopping her. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have to bring my substance where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know one thing about it. You know what I'm saying? When you start nothing, you gotta stay with nothing. So I'm gonna let God keep doing his thing. And like I say, man, it's the people. You know what I'm saying? Arkansas Trill Talk. Shit, you ain't just gotta necessarily be no rapper. Shit, you ain't gotta be no singer, none of that. You come up, show your substance. Hey, you might be at home cooking or something, showing the person how you cook it, showing a person, you know what I'm saying, how to lose weight and a proper way to eat out there. It don't matter these days. We all black. We gotta protect ourselves. We gotta look out for ourselves. We also gotta live. You know what I'm saying? I salute everybody out there. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter what religion you is, as long as it's making you a better person. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him come on up though, man. I let him do his thing and shit, man. But I salute all y'all out there taking the time out every time and really promoting South Arkansas Trill Talk out there. And subscribe out there, man. Anybody, shit, you want to support, you know what I'm saying? All that. It's all about, you know what I'm saying, support. It's about, you know what I'm saying, making sure that you stay in tune with your tune player out there. And that's where I'm stuck at it with, because it's like, you know, people, you know, you sometimes you gotta be your own cheerleader. That'd be the biggest reason, being your own cheerleader. Knowing you actually inform your own, being your own cheerleader. I'm gonna let him come up though, man. Hey man, turn your camera on and you can come on up, man, when you get ready. But like I say, man, I'm with anybody change for the better. My homeboy, you know what I'm saying? I seen the growth in him, and hey, you know what I'm saying? Minister big thing, and you know, I'm gonna bring some more homies up to change for the better stuff, you know what I'm saying? I just want one thing about me, I know God ain't finished with me yet. So, you know, I can always need improvement. As long as you got positive people doing positive things around you, I thank God to make a better way for you. But I'm gonna let him do his thing. See, can I bring him to the camera? You got your camera turned on, man? I'm trying to see. Yeah, you come up anytime, man. I'm just adding people in here. Yeah, man. Should we do a thing out here, man? It's everybody, man. And reach out to everybody out there. You your own boss, you your own promoter out there. You know what I'm saying? Or I got to go through your manager, promoter, man. Trying to put a showcase up through here, and you know what I'm saying? Trying to get intact with the right people. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm fuck with D-Dirt on that, but I know D-Dirt the truth on that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you want to be a part of that, man. Name your prize, what you feel like you work out there. Give your manager prize and all that. You know what I'm saying? Shows come up. We'll be getting in contact with you. So shoot the information through my inbox out there. But like I say, man, South Arkansas Trill Talk, Part 58, tuned in with Elder Owens. And I salute all y'all out there that's tuned in. But like I say, man, homie, from the way childhood friends and shit, recognize the growth anytime. What's up, big homie?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Okay, Mr. Elder, salute, Pastor. I salute you out there, man. For real, man. How you been doing, man?
Hey, man, I've been doing good, man. I've been blessed, bro. How about you?
Living, man, surviving. You know me, blessed, man. Blessed to do this, man. Other than showing my skill another way, you feel me? Trying to stay advanced, trying to stay with a message to get the youngsters out there, man. Yes, introduce yourself out there, man. I'm gonna get us some more people in here and shit. I don't want to cuss around you. I'm gonna try to hold all my interrogative words around you, feel me? So introduce yourself and tell people what you're about and tell people what made you got into ministry and all that, man. I'm gonna get us some more people in here.
Okay. Well, first of all, everybody knows me as Cash, but you know, that changed to Elder Owens, Pastor Owens, quite some time now. Man, I'm from here. This is my place. This is my place of home, El Dorado, Arkansas. Grew up in Hagen Mills, a project kid for life, as usual. Yeah. Yes, sir. I mean, we did it all. You see Sculler B, that was right there with him too. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you can't say there hasn't been any great people come out of Hagen Neal, man. Because when we was growing up, we was lacking a lot of stuff. We was lacking a lot of things. You know, our mothers was the only one that was holding us down, and then we'll turn around and try to hold our mothers down because that's what we was raised to do. And so we had to get out there and do what we needed to do. We formed that brotherhood. Pretty much when people talk about Hagen Mills now, they talk about it in a different type of light. And but they don't know how it was back then. Yeah. They don't know. Because if they knew what we went through and how we survived and how we pulled together as young kids and young men throughout, grade school, middle school, high school, and stuff like that, how we pulled together and actually formed the brotherhood. They always said this, and they always said, man, that's the West Side boys. Well, you got to understand something. The reason why we formed West Side is because we was all brothers. Even though we had different mothers, we was all brothers. Because when you seen us, we stuck together. We fought together. We cried together. We ate together. Man, we did everything together. And the one thing that really just brought everything out is because we loved each other. Yeah. We did, and we still do. We can have a reunion right now, and everybody will come back to where we began. That's how it is. And even in that walk, man, we were just all different. Yeah. It was all different. Everybody had a different walk in life. Yeah. And we was trying to figure out how and what it was the walk we was trying to get to. Some of us rap. We all rap, to be honest with you. That's how we started. Man, I rap. I sang and everything. I did all of that. Yeah. And
you did all that.
Yeah. And so, that's how we started. We started that way, but then we started putting God in the midst of everything. And that's how things started to change with me. It started to change really different with me because, my grandmother, both of my grandmothers, not only that they was ministers of music in the word, but also they pastored as well.
Yeah.
And then everybody knew Miss Pearl Canley. Pearl Canley came out there and fed the whole projects.
Hey, I put that in one of my songs one time. I hate it got a lot of cussing in it, but hey, that was the Burger King way, baby.
That's right.
Niggas running to, nigga waiting on that station wagon to pull up, nigga, for a whole bunch of. Knew he had some boxes in there and back in the days and shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Main thing, we growed up like a village, man, and that village love is a big reason why we could choose and be different, man. What's your take on what made you get into ministry though?
Well, man, ministry always been in me. It always been in me, even when I wanted to do something else. Even when I wanted to go party, DJ, hit the skating ring, go to the Rialto movies, cinema. Whatever that we wanted to do, it always was with me because I was taught that the word would set you free.
Yeah.
I was taught that, hey, Jesus was the way. And I was taught that, but it was a difference because I wasn't walking it like I supposed to.
Yeah.
So when I got, I'm gonna say about 15, 16 years old, it was starting to actually hit me over and over. Hey, this is what you're supposed to do. The Spirit was just hitting me. This is what you're supposed to do. But you know how we are. We try to override things because we see things that look good and feel good and smell good and all that other stuff. So we do stuff that we ain't supposed to do, but we did it anyway. But God was like, okay, since you're going to go that route, you're going to have to learn. Because how can you tell somebody what to do and what not to do if you have not been in their shoes before?
Yeah.
You can't. I can't tell Sculler B, hey, you can't rap if I ain't did it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't. So God was like, hey, you finna go through a whole lot of stuff in your life. That way, when I get you in a place where you are receptible to what I'm saying to you, you're gonna go out and touch everybody else. You're gonna go and understand everybody else. That's the reason why the ministry that I'm in now, man, I got almost 90% teenagers in my church.
Yeah.
And they all active in church.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I'm more community. Me and my wife is more community-based ministry because we deal with everybody in the community.
That's what's up.
Everybody in the community. Black, white.
Salute the first lady out there too. I ain't want to leave her out either. I salute the first lady out there. That's what's up.
Definitely that. But
go ahead, fam.
But when I realized that, hey, I'm not just a behind the walls preacher, I was like, okay, I see what you're doing now. I had to go through all of that in order to save a young person's life.
Yeah, that's what's up. What do you think now when it comes down to the youth out there? Do you feel like the kind of music they listen to, is that making them demonized mentality where, because they say the kind of music you listen to is the kind of seeds and the kind of, the stuff that you put out there come back on you. But do you think is the music out there putting a gun in their hand actually doing it? Because, you can say something but not do it. It's all about action. So what do you think about the youth with the music these days?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I got a lot of boys that I deal with. I have this mentorship called Young Gentlemen. I sent you a little picture of two of the boys that graduated.
That's what's up.
But here's the thing about that, man. We can't really blame the music. And the reason why I say that is because the teaching start at home first.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So if you teach your children at home first. That's your first ministry. I don't care what anybody say. Your first church, your first ministry is at home.
Yeah.
So if you're teaching your children the way they should go, and then when they go out and they do whatever, they'll come back to what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
When it comes to music, now, I listen to all kinds of music.
Yeah.
I love music. That's just us. I love music. Some music I don't agree with because some music is not telling a clear story.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
We more in the storytelling. That's the main thing we be on.
Exactly. So if they talking about robbing the bank, if you robbing the bank, why are you still out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't shop Bubbo and Sal and Sue, all of them, why come you ain't been caught?
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're giving these young people a mind of saying, I can get away with that when they can't get away with it.
Yeah.
Because the way things are going now, the police is killing us faster than we're killing each other.
Yeah.
And I just got to put it out there. First thing I tell my young black men, we got 2 strikes against us.
Yeah.
First strike is you black.
Yeah.
Second strike, you a male. Now that third strike is definitely up to you. You can get this third strike, or you can say, you know what, I'm not gonna go with this generational curse.
Yeah.
And so when people plant music out there, they don't tell the real story.
Yeah.
They don't tell the real story. And that's what upsets me about music. Back in the day, we told a story.
Yeah.
We can get on the microphone and tell you what went on for the last 6 months in a whole verse, and you can go back and check it.
Yeah.
That's how we were. Now you just throwing stuff out there so you can get the money.
Yeah. I look at it like that too. What do you think about the youth health out there because they used to have Mr. Kimball, and I think they used to have Mr. Anderson. What do you think about the health out there? Because like you say, it starts at home with the behavior. We gonna go here first. Do you think a 2-person house home is better than a single parent house home? Because we grow up single parents, and a lot of this turned out right. But what do you think about the structure of a 2-parent household?
Well, we have this 2-parent mentality household.
Yeah. That
we gotta have a mother and we gotta have a father, and that's the way it was. That's the way it's supposed to be. But when things don't, when you gotta look at it like this: when things does not work out that way.
Yeah.
Even if the parents are split up, it's still a responsibility to both parts. Yeah. I don't care if the son is in the mother home. I don't care if the son is in the daddy home. They still have a responsibility towards that child, their children, to teach them right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that really blew my mind. Because if we can go back to probably back in the 60s, to the middle 60s, all the way up to, I'm gonna say right now, well, I'm gonna say 2000s, put like 2000s.
Yeah.
If you go back and you see a single parent home, you see that the mother was the pretty much the sole breadwinner.
Yeah.
Because we stayed with our mother. The children stayed with the mother. And the mother did so much stuff to make sure that their children was taken care of.
Yeah.
And I salute women. I salute strong, especially strong Black women that stayed down and taught their children right from wrong when the other person wasn't there.
Yeah.
If we still had that same mentality right now, some of our children right now wouldn't be in the grave. Some of our children right now wouldn't be behind bars. because my mama was strong. Your mama was strong. You know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do to take care of us. And if we got out of line, bro, we didn't want that. We didn't want that smoke, as they say. We didn't want that.
What you think about the ass whoopings now? I'm gonna say it like that from the kids with the switches, and you know that. Do you think that they turned that on us as they got older? Because I feel like them ass whoopings kept you out of shit and kept you from doing stuff you didn't want to do, knowing you would get spanked. What you think about that now? And they can just call that a child hotline now on your ass. You get too hot on it. What you think about that now?
I'm gonna tell you something. First thing, the mistake was they took prayer out of school.
Yeah.
That's the first mistake they did.
Yeah.
And they took the paddling out of the school too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And regardless, when we got to school and we act up, we got that paddling, we got our head busted when we got home.
Yeah, right. But
we got our head busted.
Yeah.
I tell my wife right now, I said, my mother beat me out of prison penitentiary. And she always asked me, she said, what does that mean? I was too scared to go to jail or get in trouble because I knew what that woman was going to do. Now, compared to today, there's so many rules and regulations that you can't even touch your own child. Your child is not scared of you now.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Your child is telling you what to do and telling you what they're going to do. Now, compared to what we used to do, we would be waking up the next day. That's just how it is. They done took everything out.
Yeah.
And left the child to their own device. We can't even touch it.
Yeah.
And if we raise our voice, it's abuse.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding.
What do you think about the internet and outside? Because you know you got a lot of kids these days, they don't even know how to ride a bike, and they've been so more quick to a phone than more even the activity of obesity, and you know what I'm saying, all that early. And what do you think about the internet and outside?
Well, here's the thing with that, man. You know, when we was coming up, we did everything outside. We couldn't stay home. We couldn't stay inside.
That was torture right there. Just staying in the house.
That's right. If we weren't outside doing something, man, we had it bad.
Yeah.
We had it bad. The thing is about that, with our generation knew how to have fun.
Yeah.
We knew how to get out. We played football, sandlot football all the time.
Yeah, played to hurt each other.
I'm serious. And not only that, I tell my wife, not only that, we even built our own bicycles. We didn't have to go get no bicycle from the store.
Go-kart and everything, baby.
Hey, check this out. If you remember, in the back, the trail that used to lead to the park, and from Hagen Hill to the park, we'll find all kinds of stuff. Frames. I'm talking about bicycle frames, wheels, chains, everything. We built our own bikes.
Mm-hmm.
We rode around El Dorado with built bikes. Nowadays, bro, it's either I'm on the phone or I'm doing TikToking.
Yeah.
Or I'm, it's nothing. They don't have hands-on doing anything.
Nothing.
It's nothing. If it's not PS5 or 360, see, in that era, we were just now getting into the game era.
Yeah.
And even when Nintendo and Super Nintendo and Sega and stuff started coming out, we didn't stay on it long because we always had something to do outside.
Yeah. That was on the nighttime and rainy days sometimes.
Rainy days.
But
Rainy days. I mean, we did that. Basketball tournaments. You know what I'm saying? All of that. 4th of July. What we do 4th of July? Man, we save up our money. Exactly. We save up our money. Hey, every building is for itself. That's it.
Hey, speaking on that basketball tournament, I understand you got the AAU going. Let people know about the AAU you going for the youth out there. That anybody want to come out and get their kids something to do positive or something. Let them know about the AAU you got going out there.
Man, I pretty much decided about 2 years ago to get back into basketball.
Yeah.
So, you know, I reached out to Micah Parker. You know, he was giving me all the information of these tournaments and everything. And I was like, look at here, I'm finna go ahead and put this out here for our older kids from 16 on up to 18.
Yeah.
So I started doing that. And so I end up creating the Titans.
Yeah.
I mean, about 15 young men came out, tried out, made the team, been traveling here to Hot Springs, Louisiana. I mean, just doing it. They've been balling, staying out of trouble. But my thing was that your grades got to be on point.
Yeah.
You can't be all out late at nighttime doing whatever you want and however you want. You can't get into trouble in the community.
Yeah.
You got to have a positive attitude. I don't care if it's win or lose, you know, in that area. So this year, you know, I say, okay, we're going to start this thing all over again. So I want to bring the whole grade down from 6th grade to 7th grade, and from 6th grade to 7th grade, boys and girls.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was like, well, I'm going to need some people to help me. So people started showing up, helping, and man, it's been good. It's been good. But if it's any child from 6th grade, 7th grade that wants to play, they can hit me up on Facebook at Elder Owens. They can holler at me. We'll definitely get them in there. What they do is they work for their stuff. You see what I'm saying? We know jerseys and everything is not cheap. So we do fundraisers.
Yeah.
All that stuff that you raise, the money that you raise goes on your trip. Goes on your trip to go here or wherever you want to go.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I lay out, hey, this is what's coming up. We got Hot Springs coming up, Little Rock, Benton, Dallas, you name it. Let me know where y'all want to go, and I'm gonna tell you how much it's gonna cost you. They let me know. I tell them how much, and man, they get out there and raise the money.
That's what's up.
Because they motivated to do something.
I like that right there.
Yes,
because you know all we had with that boys club down there to go through, and then they start putting in different branches. What do you think? Do the boys club participate with the AAU out there?
Well, I have to be. Do you talking about the Eldorado Boys and Girls Club?
Yes.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. Because you know what? I asked that once before. I asked them. I said, well, do they do anything? And they was like, we have it all. They can come. They can run a lead down there, and which they have been doing that lately. So they've been instrumental in the AAU giving back to them as well.
Yeah.
So they have been doing it.
Yeah. What you think about part of that part of kids with the grades and stuff? That's another thing with the phones. Do you think the phones is a big distraction to grades these days?
It is. It is. Because, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. My ministry, my church, we adopted a school.
Yeah.
You know, they have this thing where churches could not adopt the school, and we go in and just see how everything is and how the students are doing and stuff like that. They're more interested in what's going on the phone than what the teachers are trying to teach them.
Yeah.
How can I say it? It's not really. It doesn't excite them.
Yeah. School
You know,
don't.
It doesn't excite them. It's more. I see more of our children at Mermill than anything now, and I'm like mind blowing.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like, you got to be kidding me. It's like 90% black. Period.
Yeah.
Like, what's the problem? And nowadays, the teachers just don't have the energy nor the time to even put up with it anymore. So that's the reason why I says it starts at home.
Yeah.
This whole thing starts at home.
You think the virtual world with the teachings, was that a good thing sometimes? Because, you know, that virtual world, sometimes kids have too much freedom on their hands. You think?
Man, they had a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
A lot of freedom. My son, he was doing virtual. And he had got to a point of just not doing one class.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you don't jump on it and really just say, hey, what you got going on, you will miss it.
Yeah.
You'll miss it. So when he started lacking in that class, and then the teacher had called me, hey, he has a D. I'm like, what?
Like, yeah.
So,
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and I'm looking at all the unfinished assignments that he had. I'm like, what's the reason? Why is this happening?
Yeah.
Too much time. He got his phone right next to him, looking at YouTube, TikTok, and everything else. He don't phone back. So I had to really just break it down to him. Let me get that phone, and you got 2 days to get all this assignment together, or it's just gonna be me and you.
Yeah.
You know.
Right now it seems like them kids, they get older, man. They get so distracted and is so out of touch with everything. Because, you know, we were coming up, we was trying to do OM and shit, no them white folks shit.
Yeah.
But if we could afford it back then, we would have tried to create shit and build shit too. Because, you know, we was some building motherfuckers too. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we did. We was hands on.
Hey, what do you think about that now on bullying? Because, you know, like they say, it starts at home, and I don't understand from the standpoint of being online bullying and being picked on. Because, you know, coming from the projects, we actually had that, oh, we gonna fight your ass back attitude. But what do you say about these kids these days with the guns? Do you think they pretty face wannabe boys, that the pretty boys don't want to take no lick and kick an ass whooping and you'll live to the next day? What do you think about guns and bullying out there, them going and shooting up schools and all that over somebody bullying them? Why 9 or 10 innocent people have to get killed? You feel what I'm saying? What do you think about the word bullying out there from a youth standpoint? What started from a youth want to bully on somebody that they knowing that, hey, you know this man can't take this, and you know this man less than fortunate. Why would he have to be bullied? And then what you think about that?
Well, like you said, you know, it starts at home. But here's the thing: if the parents are that away, then so the children gonna be that away.
Yeah.
Because the kids learn by precept and examples. They learn from you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you at home talking about somebody, cussing somebody, and doing all this, your kid's gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna. But here's the thing: they're gonna talk down to the person that's weaker than them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They weak themselves, but they need to find somebody way weaker than them to actually bully, to actually talk about. And when they start doing that, they get that credibility of other people liking them, because other people seeing them as, you know, what they are.
Yeah.
So once they start doing that, but what if another person that's stronger than him come to him and start bullying him? The first thing in his mind is, I got to, you know, protect my reputation.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So what he's doing is he just sizing up the situation. And all he's going to do and all he's going to say is, well, he was bullying me.
Yeah.
That's going to give the excuse to pull out a gun. Ain't nobody fighting these days.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, ain't nobody. There's no one fighting these days.
Yeah.
It was
That's
a kid.
great.
It was a kid that came to one of my basketball practices, and he was playing for me. And I told him, I said, "Hey man, get in the car. I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the house." I did not. And man, and when I looked down, he had a assault rifle, walking around with it.
That's crazy.
And I asked him. I said, "Hey, what is this for?" Man, just in case somebody trying to get me. You know, everybody trying to get me, and they doing this. I said, "Why do you have to protect yourself like this?
Yeah.
Why you got to feel like that? You got to pull out a gun and shoot everything in sight to protect yourself. What did you do? What did you say to put yourself in positions that you have to protect yourself like that?"
Yeah. That's
And
crazy.
so, and so he was telling me that. I said, "Man, I'm taking you straight to your house. I'm not taking you over anybody else. You're going straight home."
Yeah.
And you know, he was like, "Well, coach, you know, I understand. I just don't want nobody to jump on me and beat up on me." I said, and all in my mind is like, what is happening to our youth now?
Yeah.
What's going on with them?
Yeah. I'm gonna ask you another one. What do you think about, like, at our age, you know, we don't look at marijuana a bad thing now. You know, at first it was illegal, then it became legal, then it became prescriptionized and all this now, and you got it here, and you got OG Kush, and then you got vapors, and you got cigarette vapors and all this and everything. What do you think about the youth out there when they come to that age where, you know, all kids gonna be curious, right? And then in that position where smoking weed is supposed to be cool, right? And some people use weed for different things. You know what I'm saying? It's always been the good on the mental health mentality, or always been a stimulator to some people, and then sometimes make you lazy and then make you forget. You know, it goes through the motions with it basically. And the youth, you know, these days they smoke it without no remorse on that age. I say 7th grade, because you know we was 7th grade. Oh, we was smoking too, I think. But what do you think about for this them smoking and doing a grown folks activity? You understand what I'm saying? Like when we were drinking back then, we might was sneaking doing it, but it was a grown folks activity. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And then
Even with that being said,
the mind think they grown now, even going up against them because you accepting them smoking a blunt. And you feel like, oh man, I'm not your homeboy with the weed smoking, none of that. You keep that distance from them, all that respect of how we respected our mama. Our mama and them, hey, you better go in the room. You ain't going there where we at. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been around grown folks doing nothing we doing. But what do you think about the weed smoking days of kids these days feeling like they grown from that, and how that distract them from their real goals?
Well, honestly, man, I'm just totally against it. You see what I'm saying? It's because, the reason why I'm totally against it is because not only you smoking, you don't know, these days you don't know what you're smoking.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
See, I mean, mines, K2, mines out there, people want to start to keep them going out on papers and stuff, try to escape and busting they damn hard out there. You feel me?
Exactly.
So what you think about that, though, the age group of them, because, you know, it takes 28 days to get it out the system, and then kids get on probation. They want to abide by the probation laws now and doing dumb shit when they get on it. Okay, why you gonna smoke weed and go do dumbass shit? You feel me? You might, if you want to get high like that, why would you want to be? I don't have nothing against weed smoking or nothing. I just feel like don't make you lazy, and don't make you feel like you're grown at an early age where you don't lose all your respect for people and lose all your sensibility to want to do something for yourself based upon you got the weed thinking you're Dr. Einstein out here now. You feel me? You know how that shit go. We done been kids before. But what can you tell the kids out there that young like that, and really, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we make you paranoid, or we make you feel a certain way that you don't feel, and people can feel like, oh, he's depressed. That's why they smoking. You feel me? We didn't smoke weed to be because we were depressed. We smoked weed because we were having fun with it. We smoked weed to stimulate our mind or something. You feel me? But what can you tell them for this? You know, the one that be in the church house or come to the church or all that, and then they want to talk in a manipulative way because they under the influence sometime. And what are you getting out of God with this? Because sometimes if your soul right, you're not willing to want to do nothing to temper dilute your mind. You know what I'm saying? What can you tell with that sometimes? Because I know you look at it from that point of being a pastor. You see the ones that want that change in them, and then you see the ones that fall a victim to that. But do you think that weed smoke out there is taking a part of our youth out there real big?
Well, I know for a fact it is, because first of all, you know, we got some weak-minded youth. Yeah. We do. They will fall for pretty much anything. They will fall for pretty much anything. And so when you fall for anything, you're bound to do any and everything. Now, this is what I do know. You have to want, and we call it deliverance. You have to want to be delivered. Yeah. You have to take part in your own deliverance. Yeah. If you know that you're smoking weed and you know it's not right, and you like, Lord, I don't want this in my life no more, it can happen just like that. Yeah. It can happen. And the reason why I know that is, bro, I used to drink all the time. Yeah. I used to, when I party, I drank all the time. Yeah. One day when I was coming from the movies, and I remember that when I was coming from the movies, I laid on the concrete at my house outside in the middle of the winter. In the middle of the winter. I was just that throw in the middle of the winter. And man, when I woke up that next morning, I mean freezing out there. And you know for a fact, dew do not fall in no winter. It does not. And when I had the residue of dew on me, I didn't have a taste at all. And I remembered me saying to God, hey, Lord, I don't want to do this no more. I'm so for real with you. Yeah. We got to be for real in what we ask for. Yes. We got to be for real. And with our kids hanging around deadly influences that smoke weed, that drink, that do all of that, and then they don't have the right mind to say, hey, you know what? This is not for me. They will fall for anything. Now, I know people that are sick with cancer they smoke weed for their condition. Yeah. I totally understand. I understand. But what I don't understand is that you constantly consuming it and you killing your own self in the process. Yeah. Not only yourself, but everybody else around you. Yeah. You know, so I think about it. Go ahead. I had a young lady come into the church on Wednesday night. She was drunk. I mean, completely drunk. But by the time she came out of that, we had prayed for her so hard that night, she came out of that sober. That's what's up. And since then, every time I see her, she lets me know that she hasn't taken a drink since that day. That's what's up. I know it can happen. I know what God can do. Yeah. I done seen it so many times. Yeah. And again, that's at home. I tell people about the 12 steps, even the ones that do got problems. You work them 12 steps, but the biggest part of the 12 steps is the number one step. Admitting you got a problem. That's right. A lot of people don't want to admit that. That's the first step. You got to be powerless. You got to be powerless. You know what you're powerless to. See, that was the first step. Then you can work the steps, but you got to inventory that first step. Admitting you powerless to everything. And see, that's one thing about it. Me being powerless to what I do, I know that, I have to go to a higher power.
And that's be my biggest purpose of me doing what I do sometimes. But you know, I have my strong points, I have my weak points, you know what I'm saying? But I always try to stay balanced, you feel me?
Right,
But that's a big objective, man, of us growing and us maturing. Do you feel like it's a age group or a basic of an ignorant of where you have to come from or where you have to be or who you have to be or who can God speak through? Because, you know, you my homie, and I don't never want nobody looking at you hypocritical mentality. I know you've been real with it. I know your grandma from Miss Chicken and Miss Pearl. I know they were real with it, they were strict with you with all that, and they probably still that all in you. But what can you say of having a pure objective from God? Because I know that your deliverance sometimes be real, and I be listening to you, homie. What can you say about that?
I've been saying it.
Yeah, I've been listening to you.
You know what? Even with that, man, everybody walk is different.
Yeah.
Everybody walk in life is different. I can't say, me and you got the same walk.
Yeah.
I can't say that. But we have a same goal in life. We got that goal. I want to make it to heaven one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be with the King one day.
Yeah.
But that's the goal. But everybody walk is different. My walk had to take me a while. Your walk may not have had, your walk could have been just for a few minutes or so.
Yeah.
When people, especially Christian folks, and I got to tell the truth, especially Christian folks, man, we're the most difficult people to even talk with, to even, you know, just actually have a conversation about what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
We difficult on that.
Yeah.
But the one thing I do know with God placed people in your path to help you along the way. And once he does that, your walk gets a little bit better. It gets a little bit easier.
Yeah.
I say to people that has been going through some trials and tribulations, don't throw in the towel.
Yeah.
Don't throw in the towel. He says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. That means you may cry tonight, but in the morning, everything's going to be all right. Now, that means your morning might not come until 2 or 3 days or maybe 6 months down the line, but it's on its way. It's definitely on its way. Yeah. My thing about this whole thing is there's nowhere in the world I can judge you. I can't sit here and judge you. Now, I can tell you what's right and wrong, but I ain't finna dog you and judge you and tell you this and you that when God had delivered me from being this and that too.
That's what's up.
And that's the problem that we've been having as a Christian. We sit up there and we point fingers at other people that needs our help.
Yeah.
We talk about the people that needs our help when they're coming to the church or they come to us and they crying out for help, and we turn around and talk about them behind their back. That's not of God, man. That's not of God. See, and the thing that I teaches at Trinity that we love each other.
Yeah.
Anybody that comes to Trinity, they come into a family, they're gonna love on you. And they ain't finna judge you, but they finna help you get delivered.
That's what's
if
up.
You want it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta want it. So when they come into the house of God, we ain't pointing no fingers. We ain't talking behind your back. We ain't whispering to somebody next to us. We coming to you and say, hey, I love you. God loves you. What can we do to help you? That's how we are. That's how we are. That's the reason why we have a lot of youth, because we end up judging our youth based on what they done did, what they done said, if they done messed up, somebody done got pregnant or something like that. No, we help them. Even if you've grown, we help you. That
That's
just
what's up.
and my people know me. They know me. I'm not gonna have it. Because God told me to love his people and bring his people to him. That's exactly what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
I don't care what you done did last night. If you ready, you know what I'm saying? If you ready, he ready.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's just how it is. That's the way it is. If we had more pastors like that, not getting on over the pulpit preaching about you and what you done did, no.
Main thing, man, is just like pastors, they you know what I'm saying, you think that'd be a part of living up to perfection is sometimes, because, you know, like, everybody got normal problems, like normal people. They go through normal things and normal things. My life ain't no better than yours. Your life ain't better than me. And, you know, and I be stressed to them on the hypocritical mentality sometimes due to, like, okay, I go to this church, but do you think that, like, people that pay their tithes out there sometime and have to go to them same churches out there and get that same help from, do you think that plays a big part in, like, when people been going to a church a while, or who you're supposed to be for help, or do y'all more consider helping outside? Because, you know, God never say who you can help right then and there, but it's the point of sometimes that people probably go to certain churches for so long and can't even get them to help them, or can't even get them to come to the hospital and pray for them, or can't even get them to walk through the hood. What can you say about that part?
Yeah, I done been there. I'm gonna tell you what me and my wife do. We whatever we can do to help somebody. We don't care if it's in the church or outside the church. That's what we do. Yeah. If we can help somebody, if we don't have many of people, especially when we do the toy giveaway for Christmas.
Yeah.
Man, we be having so many. We have had hundreds and hundreds of people come and ask us, hey, do we have anything left?
Yeah.
And by me being a man of God and my woman being a woman of God with that faith, we believe that God is going to bless us. We do whatever we can do to help.
Yeah.
And so when people look at that, people look at like, wow, God is going to bless y'all. I know what he's going to do. I know he's going to bless us, because what we do is we talk to him first. Now, we know who's just wanting something, and we know who's just out there trying to get what they can get, how they going to get it, because the Spirit do not lie.
Yeah, that's what's up.
It just don't lie.
That's what's up.
Man, we have helped everybody that we pretty much connected to, just about, we done help with something. Yeah. And God has multiplied and given us so much back that we like, okay.
Yeah. That's what's up.
When it comes to tithes and offering and stuff, I know what the word says, and I believe what the word says. And it says, bring ye tithes and offer to the storehouse where I may have meat.
Yeah.
And when people do that, and I tell them all the time, when you do that, God blesses you. Yeah. And I have seen it. One lady came to the church and she said, look, I just want to put my tithes in here. Yeah. And the Spirit of God said, tell that lady that since you have faith that to do that, he's going to multiply that. That woman came back that Wednesday and said somebody gave her a check for thousands of dollars, and she didn't even know it. Yeah. Because it's about your faith. It's your faith. If you don't have faith, it's not going to work.
I feel you on that.
It's not going to work.
Mustard seed faith at that.
Man, I'm serious with you. And that's how our mothers was when we was little. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Because how they took care of us, man, Even to this day, I ask my mama, how in the world did she do it?
Yeah, that woman's strength.
Man.
Hey, couple more questions, get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about, you know what I'm saying, like for this receiving information on diversity based upon the Muslim world and the atheist world, and because I've worked with my ancestors. I'm more spiritual, and I just want to bump heads with you on that, because everybody do their own research, and I don't never turn nobody down. I always build people up, because everybody get their research. But by you teaching the youngsters these days out there, because we want to start at the Bible sometimes, because the Bible is the part of where slavery was like a lot at some time, and we try to go there. We were kings and queens before our slavery, and Africa ain't broke yet. Africa like that. What do you think about people receiving new information due to the point of, like the Hebrew Israelites, they want to be the first chosen ones and all that? What do you think about our youth with that, receiving new information on the research level, even from getting it from a pastor from scriptures? What do you think about that world of that? Because everybody don't take in the same information the same sometimes, and everybody don't know how to teach the youth these days, because the youth get, we supposed to be so woke now. You feel me? You woke. You woke. You heard about, all women, it ain't about, it's the Trinity. It ain't about the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. I believe that. See what I'm saying? Just the same way I believe the mother, the father, and the baby, the Holy Trinity world. But it's like, as us receiving new information as we get older, because, we would talk about the old school way, grandma way. Grandma said, Father Jesus, this is what Jesus is, we know Jesus is all that. I ain't gonna speak on Yahashua and all that, based upon people got their own name, their own interpretation, what they believe in, but we all know it's only one God. One. No matter which way you go, it's one God. So what can you say about teaching the youth out there how to receive information, coming from a homie that I had to put it all in there, because I'm gonna come to your church, and I want that to be something that's real diversity on how can, everybody in the hood want to have that feel of God without being judged, and want to have that feel of God without saying, oh man, this a homeboy, he might be doing some hypocrite stuff behind closed doors. No, this all pure right here, and I'm gonna keep it pure right here. So what can you say about that?
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. I'm gonna tell you what my grandmother said to me, Pearl Canley, and she broke it down to me. And she told me, know your history. Know the beginning.
Yeah.
Know the beginning of you. Know the beginning of everything, of this earth and everything.
Yeah.
If you start at the beginning, you would know your history.
Yeah.
Even if you're Muslim, atheist, whatever you may want to be, if you know your beginning, then you know the end, because it's going to show you the end.
Yeah.
What I tell these young people, these young men and young women, is to grab your book, grab your Bible, grab your word, and start at the beginning. Because you need to know who you are. You need to know where you come from. You need to know where you stand from. And it's all at the beginning. Now, I have heard so many religion ways, documentation, and everything. I have heard it all. But the one thing that you got to have is that one-on-one relationship with the Lord and Savior. And when you have that one-on-one relationship with Him, you will know who you really are.
That's for sure.
And that's just for real.
Yeah.
That's for real.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to teach you. We're not going to teach you all kinds of stuff. I got to tell you the truth. And that's the problem. That's the problem that we've been having in churches. You've been sugarcoating the truth.
Yeah.
And once you start sugarcoating the truth, you're gonna make people sick because you can't eat cake all your life.
Yeah.
You can't.
Milk the whole food. A lot of people go straight to whole food. They don't even want no milk. They don't even want the baby milk no more. You feel me? They think this internet got them where they can eat whole food. What do you think about the internet that allow people to think they can eat whole food based upon getting their soul feeling when you right there with the Lord? What you think about that?
And see, that's a trick right there. If the enemy can trick you from getting the real food, then you won't know who you really are. One thing, I'm gonna tell you something, and this is the truth here. The devil don't come to attack your body. He don't come to attack your bank account. He don't come to attack your ankles and all that. The first thing the devil's gonna do is attack your mind. That's the most powerful thing that you have. And if the devil can get in your mind, your whole body is gonna follow.
Yes.
And they're just point blank. If your mind tell your feet and your legs to get up, you're gonna get up.
Yeah.
Your hands gonna move because your mind is telling you that's what you need to do.
Yeah.
So if the enemy can get in your mind, bro, that's the most powerful thing. Is your mind. If you cut the mind off, if you kill the mind, everything else is dead. Correct? Everything else is dead.
Two more questions, man. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. So if he can do that, then he has you.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that. One more, two more. I'm gonna go with this one first. What do you think about suicide out there on kids that's having mental problems behind closed doors and won't reach out to nobody and talk to them based upon suicide hotlines? Because, you know, we done lost friends from that suicide level. And I wanted to say about that, what do you think about having a support system when you even stressed out from drugs to relationships to even just dealing with loved ones dying around you? Just what can you say about that point of abusing your body with drugs and stuff and all that, just to get over them copes of living sometime? What can you say about that suicide level with that? How can you reach out and get out of depression mode?
Let me tell you something. Before a kid decides to take his life, he has already made a cry out to his parents.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is we done got too busy. I'm serious, we done got way too busy to even listen to our children.
Yeah. And
that's the biggest problem, because I feel that our children do go through some stuff.
Yes.
They go through some things. And if we can take the time to talk with our kids, with whatever they need to talk about, we can save their lives.
That'd be a big problem with that gang stuff and what's the regular black man life of without being an op, because you hang with this person or you hang with that person. Do you see that in the youth program these days, more of them don't want to be an op? What's a normal life for a black person without being in a gang these days? Do you feel like they got to be cool if they represent the blue or they represent the red or they represent the G? Because, you know, that take a lot out of kids these days due to the point of what they want to do and what they don't want to do and where they want to go based upon, you see how the party scene be, and then you look at it and you say, well, the youth can't really be who they want in these cities that do a lot of bang bang because they don't want to deal with the op on who they support or any of that. What can you say about kids out there that's 14 and 15 on joining that gang life and looking at that op life because of who they fuck with?
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. This is how it is, bro. And I gotta just be straight up. The reason why they join join the other gangs or join gangs and stuff like that. It's really not about the blue, the red, or being the GD. It's not even about that, but it's about being accepted.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? If they know that this group over here will accept them for who they are and treat them like something, they're gonna go to it. They're gonna gravitate to that because they want to be accepted. Because it's been so hard to be accepted in your own family.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Again, we don't even take the time to stop and talk with our kids. If we take the time to actually listen and talk with our kids, we wouldn't have to worry about games.
Yeah. Yeah.
We wouldn't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
It's because they want to be accepted. I see a lot of kids that's running around here right now. I got one young man. He's so awkward. I'm serious. He just completely awkward.
Yeah.
And so he runs to the people that's going to accept him.
Yeah.
And I tell him, I said, man, you being awkward is a gift. I said, because you got something that God is trying to use and you want to smother it and drown it out because you want to hang out with this other group that ain't good for you at all.
Yeah.
But if he have someone, and I've been talking to him back to back, trying to get his mind where he's saying, okay, you know what, that's not for me. But if we got the time to talk to our young men and women, I mean, really talk with them and listen, they wouldn't run to no games. I guarantee you that.
I feel you. One more, Pastor. What you think about black-owned business if products and money out of our control, owned by blacks? Based upon what I'm saying with that is, like, do you think teaching our youth financial literacy at a younger age now, based upon we growed up without nothing and didn't nobody teach us how to save money, didn't nobody teach us how to own nothing or teach us about wills or teach us about credit. You see where I'm coming from?
Right.
Do you think that plays a big part on what needs to be taught everywhere now from our black youth for one to come together and 4 or 5 of them and save their money up and get a business going themselves based upon we haven't been taught that. Do you think there's something need to be taught out there these days? What do you think about black-owned business?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, because I'm a black-owned business owner myself. And the reason why I say that is because when I decided to take that leap of faith in doing this transportation business and how God has blessed it to a whole nother level, the education about it has to be passed down.
Yeah.
This is what I'd rather have. And this is what's really killing me in the black community. I'd rather have generational wealth.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? That means my kids are wealthy. Their kids going to be wealthy. Their great wealthy. I'd rather have generational wealth than just being rich right now.
Yeah.
Because first of all, you're going to teach your children how money really works.
Yeah.
And black money is powerful. I don't care what nobody say.
Yes.
Black money is powerful. In this town right now, if it wasn't for this black money that's rolling around here, well, it's very powerful. So we need to teach our children what to do and how to do when it comes to finances.
Yeah.
It ain't all about the rims that you see on TV. It ain't all about that candy-coated paint. It ain't all about that $565,000 home that you want. It ain't all about the chains and earrings and gold grills and nothing like that. You can't take none of that mess with you when you go home.
Yeah. That's what's up.
But you can leave some things for your generation. That's how I feel about that, bro.
Last question, Pastor. What do you think about, because I ask everybody this and I get everybody's opinion, what do you think about the gay world? Do you think that that's a proposition of being accepted in your church as come as who you are, and knowing that if you're teaching the word of God, and because I do the Leviticus chapter on the gay world, they use that a lot when it comes down to what God told them and how they can see themselves different. And that book, it tells you about, raping and torture and all that. It's all in the book. So what do you consider of being a universal person, a universal preacher, on saying that do people come as they are? How do you present the word of God to everybody due to the revelation mentality and the abomination mentality and all that? What can you say about that world of that's in our face now that used to be in the back? You feel where I'm coming from? You know all about this, and what can you say about that that's accepted, to know that all pastors have to accept this now, because they didn't make this word up, and they didn't make this world, and this world is another world now that we deal with that. What can you say about that world, even though they say all God want woman and man together type stuff? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Not Adam and Eve, and, you know what I'm saying, or Sally and Sue. What can you say about that now?
I'm gonna tell you like this. Man, I don't have no hatred for none of them.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no hatred from none of them. Now, the difference is, I may not agree with what you do.
Yeah.
But that's me. I don't have to agree with what you do and agree with your lifestyle. But I can still love you, because the word is the one that's gonna either change you and deliver you. The word is gonna do that. I can't sugarcoat it. I can't cut corners on it. I can't go over it. I got to give it to you just like it says. You know what I'm saying? So if the word doesn't change you, and you still the same way, I'm not for to hate you. I'm not for to judge you. I'm not for to talk about you. I'm still going to love you. Regardless.
That's what's up. Love conquer hate, man. That's all it is.
That's it. And it said in the word, it said love conquers the multitude of sin.
That's what's up. Man, I'm gonna let you lead me out, man. A good word and good prayer, man. I gotta get that from you, man, before we get up out of here. But man, I'm not talking to you, man. Dialoguing with you. I'm gonna stay in tune with you, man. I was telling my kids about when we all got kicked out of 8th grade, boy. Kill my pride, boy. Like, fuck, you know what I'm saying? Never think we'll be on this path again, you feel me?
Yes,
but God know who we want to cross the path with and all that, you know what I'm saying? But man, I appreciate you coming on, man, and I appreciate you giving people the insight, and I salute you out there working with the youth, with the community, just like Frederick Douglass with it's easy repair, broken man. You know what I'm saying? And grown man, I understand that logic right there, a whole 100% of what you choose to deal with kids. And hey, we strike 2 out, and I salute that, man, because somebody gotta have them right there at the neck so they'll understand you ain't gonna mess up right now. I ain't gonna give you a chance to. At least I know you striked out 3 times, but I'm gonna go and give you these 2 strikes to let you know it's only 1 strike can actually change your life. If you don't come from,
that's right. That's right.
I salute that, man. And I just want to get a word with the people out there, man. Leave people with a word, man. Get up out of here, man.
Okay, man. No problem with me. Hey, again, man, I appreciate you too, bro. You're doing big things. I see you doing big things, bro. And I enjoyed this. I definitely enjoyed this. On tonight, man, I just want to give the people what they need to hear, and that's love. Love is every single thing that you could want out of it. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, not to judge it, not to judge the world. See, that's the thing right there. He didn't come to judge. He didn't come to condemn it, but he came to love us. And that's exactly what we need to do. We need to start loving each other, being kind to each other. And what we need to do as people is to come together for one cause, and that's for love. Love has been mishandled. Love has been misused. Love has been beat around, been talked about, but love is still powerful. So on tonight, people, If you ain't talked to your family in a long time, send them a text and tell them that you love them. If you ain't talked to your friends in a long time, send them a text or call them and tell them that you love them. Start that relationship back with love. With love. Amen. Amen.
That's what's up. Amen. Chilling with Pastor Elder Owens out there, man. South Arkansas Trill Talk Part 58, man. Anytime, man, you come on, man, and tell people about the AAU team again, about the youngsters out there, what you're getting together, and how can they reach you more, man?
Yeah. Hey, if you know any kids that's in the 6th grade and 7th grade, boys and girls, if you want them to play this summer in the AAU basketball team, you can hit me up on Facebook, on Messenger, Elder Owens. I can give you all the information that you need. I'm looking for a lot of youth. I'm looking for a lot of youth, a lot of boys to say, hey, I want to play some ball. I want to do something positive. And look, I need them. I need them because I don't want them to be out there in the street doing whatever they wanted to do with everybody else. Let's do something positive. I remember when we used to have Midnight League at James Johnson. So come on, hit me up if you want them to play.
That's what's up. You take care, man. Much love, man, and give you flowers while you're here, man, and stay doing you, man. And hey, you might see me walk through the door, baby. Just always remember, baby, I'll be right there. You know, I call you if I need you. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Take care, man. Much love.
Care, love you, bro.